That stubborn fat around your middle that won't budge, no matter how well you eat or how you exercise, is not your fault. It's a chemical signal, and it's coming from your stress. Welcome back to Living Lere. We've been taught to think of stress as something in our heads, but for women, it's a deeply physical experience. When we're chronically stressed, our body is flooded with a hormone called cortisol. It's our fight or flight hormone, and it literally tells our body to store fat, especially around our vital organs in our abdomen for a future emergency. This is not a battle that we can win with more willpower. You have to win it with nourishment and strategy. Today, we are arming your body with one of the most powerful tools against cortisol, vitamin C. I'm going to show you how to make this incredible cortisol-calming fruit salad, and we'll talk about simple, actionable steps you can take to lower your stress, balance your hormones, and finally start feeling like yourself again. I wanted to share with you just a few things that I have done in my life to lower my stress levels, because let me tell you, we live in a day and age where we are very busy. We tend to run ourselves into the ground, and we are also guilty, I know, I'm guilty, of wearing busyness as a badge of honor. But you know what, I always say to people, and it was a wake-up call for me as well, that you can have the best diet, you can have the best exercise, but if your stress levels are not under control, it means nothing. And so I wanted to really just encourage you, and it's something I've really had to learn as I've come through this hormonal shift and this hormonal change. And yeah, you know, us mothers, the women, we fulfill, as I said, so many diverse roles. We mothers, we wives, we taxi drivers, we business owners, and you know, we raise our children and we run hard, and God forbid you take time for you. And so things that I did to lower my stress, and that I still continue to do, are I get moving. So I always say my exercise is like my natural antidepressant, and I make no apology for it. I make sure that every day I do some form of exercise. I love Reformer Pilates. It has been a major change. It's changed my hormones, it's changed my life. It's strengthened me in the most wonderful way, and it's helped with my mental health. And of course, I walk, I power walk. I no longer run because I didn't need all that excess cortisol. So I wanted to encourage you, make sure your exercise is right for you. Otherwise, it's going to put a lot of stressful burden on your body. Then I want to encourage you to stay in community. One of the things that I love to do is to get together with my friends. I spend time with my friends. And you know what brings my stress level down? Is on days where I feel a bit sad and moody and, let's be honest, a little bit sorry for myself, I look around me and I ask the Lord, and I say, Lord, what can I do for someone today that will be a blessing for them? And when we step out of our comfort zone, even if we feel like just staying inside and moping, and we go and do something kind for someone else, it makes such a big difference. It helps to secrete that serotonin, which is your feel-good hormone. And then, of course, relationship with Jesus. I cannot tell you, my foundation is Jesus Christ. And I can never, ever, ever go through life and all the stressful situations if I don't have a relationship with Him. So one of the things I do daily is meditate on His Word and spend time in His presence. I like to garden. I like to hike in nature. I like to spend time with my animals and my children, and one of my loved gifts is quality time. So those are just a few ideas. You know, as I said previously, soak your feet in magnesium, transdermal magnesium. Do things for you. Love on you, because you are worth it. Find ways to bring down your stress levels, and I'm telling you, life will be worth living, and it won't feel heavy all the time. So hopefully that has just given you a few ideas from my own life. And I know it's different for all of us. What are you doing when you lie in bed? The last thing that you do before you close your eyes. Ask yourself, what did I do today to activate my parasympathetic? What did I do to activate my rest and digest? Remember, when we operate in our rest and digest, our bodies can heal and regenerate. And yes, there is a time and a place to have stress. And that's why we need to take care of our adrenal glands, because your adrenal glands are there in time of an emergency. If you're in almost an accident, have you ever felt, you're in traffic and you put your foot on the brake and you feel your legs going numb? That is because the brain has sent a message to the adrenals to secrete adrenaline, to give you the tools to cope. But if we are secreting adrenaline all the time, it becomes problematic, and our adrenal glands secrete too much cortisol. And one day, one morning, after years of running hard, we wake up and we can't lift our head off the pillow, and we wonder why. So this is a message for the younger generation too. Your daughters, your granddaughters need to know the importance of practicing effective ways on lowering stress in the body. So you've always heard me speak that there are many components when it comes to healing and getting well in our bodies and in our lives. There's never that one silver bullet. But I want to share with you just another component. Remember, I've always said you will never get breakthrough unless you change what's at the end of your fork. So I want you to join me in the kitchen as we make the most colorful strawberry berry fruit salad. And the majority of the ingredients that I've put together in this salad is high in vitamin C. One or two of them are at least over 100% of the recommended daily allowance of the vitamin C that you need every day. And your vitamin C is an antioxidant that is so potent and so healing and nourishing for your adrenal glands. And it helps to reduce oxidative stress in the body. I'm going to quickly go and get changed, and then I will meet you inside Lere's barn. If you're enjoying what you see here on Living Lere, go ahead and give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a new recipe or lifestyle tip. Oh my gosh, we've got so much more coming your way. I want to encourage you, conquering stress is just so much more than a recipe or one thing. There's never a silver bullet for anything. And so today I want to show you just an easy way that you can add some real whole foods that are very high in vitamin C, because vitamin C plays a profound role in strengthening your adrenal glands. Vitamin C is also very, very protective against oxidative stress. And many of us sometimes crave something sweety treaty when we're stressed and we're looking for that comfort food. And what are those foods that we usually go to when we are stressed? What do you think? I know what you're saying. The donuts, the Snickers bars, the sweet things, the M&Ms, those cookies, the biscuits, as we say in South Africa. And you know what? Those are not always very helpful to our adrenal glands. So when we eat all those sweety treaty man-made sugar with the added sugars and the processed sugars, they don't always feed our good gut microbiome, and they don't always have the fiber and the prebiotic fiber like many of these natural foods do. In fact, what they do, they are the food for the bad bacteria. And they feed all the bad guys, and the bad guys get stronger and the good guys get depleted. But today, we're going to be bolstering and feeding your good gut bacteria. We're going to be helping regulate your blood sugar, because so many of these are lower in sugars, especially our focus being strawberries. Strawberries are very, very favorable for healthy blood sugar. So listen to this. Your strawberries contain 1.5 times the recommended daily allowance of vitamin C per 100 grams. Isn't that amazing? So how many of us take vitamin C supplements, synthetic vitamin C supplements, when we could just be having 100 grams of strawberries a day? So let's add the strawberries. Secondly, we are going to be adding some fresh cherries. It is cherry season and we love cherries. Cherries also have vitamin C. And then next we are going to do some mango. Now listen to this. 100 grams of mango contains 100% of your recommended daily allowance of vitamin C. We need to be eating more real foods, my friends. It's so easy, we just need to do it. Then we are going to add some blackberries, also a great source of vitamin C. Next, we're going to do some kiwi fruit, then some raspberries, like that. And just look at that beautiful, beautiful color. Then I love to add mint, because mint just really jives with any kind of berry and any fruit salad. And my children know when we grew up, mint was part of every fruit salad. So I'm just going to quickly just chop up a few, like that, just a few leaves, probably about a half a cup. And when you grow your own mint, it tends to be more potent and much stronger. So again, don't put too much in. You can always add, you can't take out. So I want to show you, you can take this two ways, okay? You can take a fresh orange, cut it in half, and squeeze the orange juice over, and then add the fresh mint. Or you can squeeze the juice of a lime, and then you can take some raw local honey. I'm taking about a half a tablespoon. This is honey from my own bees. Because you don't need a lot of added sweetness, because you have the sweetness of all these delicious fruits. And remember, when we eat fruit in season, it should be sweet. You don't want to be eating these out of season. Right, so there you go. I'm going to pour that over, like that. Then I'm going to just add a little bit of fresh ginger. You know me and ginger. Every opportunity I can to add a bit of a zing with ginger, I do that. It's so, so good for our gut as well. Okay, just a little bit of that. And then we're going to add that fresh mint. Just look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just look at that. Aren't you hungry? Aren't you craving that? Okay, so just look at that. So, so delicious. Let's pick a little sprig of fresh mint, and we're going to pop that in the middle. And voila. What I've done here is just one of the puzzle pieces, one of the clicks in the puzzle, so to say, to add more vitamin C into your diet so that your adrenal glands can have the support that it needs and that you can feel healthier in the morning. Thank you so much for joining us, and I can't wait to see you again. Take care and God bless.